for the making of the Vistarome bread, and we're going to start off by measuring out the dry ingredients, which are already pre-measured here. We have the flour, which is 8 pounds worth, going into the mixer. We have granulated sugar, 12 ounces of that. We have kosher salt, 2.5 ounces. We have milk powder, 6 ounces. Some dry yeast, 2 ounces. Some shortening. Butter.
Lift this up. Close this. And you turn it on. It's on number 1. Okay. You're going to let it mix for a few minutes. Just so all the dry ingredients get nicely mixed with everything, so it's nice and evenly distributed. And then you're gradually going to pour the water. Consistency of the dough, it's too early to say because there's still the butter that hasn't completely dissolved in it. The butter should be soft, not hard, so it should be room temperature. We're going to turn it on to about 10-11 minutes to mix, let it do its own thing. We're trying to develop the gluten here, and then we'll check it out in 10 minutes.
So here we have the dough, and it's cleaning the sides of the bowl, so you can go ahead and turn it off. And you unlatch the gate. And there we have our beautiful bread dough. But before we do that, we're actually going to prep our bowl. So here we have our bowl already ready, and we're going to spray the inside generously with oil. First, you have to lower the bowl with this over here, this lever. Great. And then you're going to take off the dough hook. You push it up and you turn and twist and pull down. There you go. And then take the dough off the hook. Great. Set that aside. And then we're going to take the dough and put it in our bowl. Perfect. So once the dough is in the bowl, you're going to spray the top with some vegetable oil spray. And then you're going to cover it with plastic wrap. Once your dough is wrapped up, you can take the bowl over to the proofer, which is found in this back corner. The proofer causes the dough to expand. And once you're finished, always remember to put the dough hook and the bowl into the dish station to be cleaned.
Your email address.
Special delivery required.
What, man, camera? Hey!
So after proofing for about 25 minutes, it's time to take it out. And here we have the dough. It's kind of heavy, so you have to be a little careful. Flour. time to lay the flour onto the table, ready to be cut. Kneading it a little bit, trying to stretch the gluten. So now it's time to cut the dough. Then we want to weigh them out at about 2 ounces, 2.5.
Oh, that's a little bit more. Maybe use this as an example. Okay, like that's
There
all.
we go. About 2 ounces. That's what it looks like.
Once the dough has been portioned out properly, it is now time to make the Vista Room dinner rolls. Here in the Vista Room, we have our own technique of shaping the dough into Vista Room dinner rolls. First, you take a dough ball and fold it into itself. After that, you flip over the dough, adding pressure, rolling the dough onto the work surface with a C-shaped hand, adding pressure as you go. Once you have a smooth surface, you then place the dough onto the baking sheet.
There's like
Now it's time to coat it with egg whitewash.
yeah.
We want to coat it evenly all around. And we do this so that it browns. So now it's time to season the bread. And we're gonna add some Italian seasoning.
Yeah. How are they just
Just like sprinkle it on. So now it's time to put it back into the proofer so that the bread rises. About 10 more minutes in the proofer. Okay, now it's time to take them out of the proofer and put them into the oven. It's set at 350 and we're gonna put it in for 5 minutes. And now we're gonna put it into the oven. Set the timer to 5 minutes and wait for the buzzer. Now it's time to rotate it. So it gets crispy evenly on each side. Set it again for 5 minutes at 325. Now it's time to open the oven and reveal our bread. Ta-da! Now it's on the rack, ready for consumption.